are strong, we are sane. It's a day to chat with Queen Amina live on Facebook. So today we're going to be bringing you a very, very special guest all the way from Nairobi, Kenya, Ambassador Sarah Munyi. So once you come in, please make sure you share the video so that other people can benefit from these fantastic, amazing informations that we're going to be getting today, especially to help our youths around the world, not just for Kenya, but all around the world. So stay tuned. I will bring up Sarah. Yay, we got Sarah on the screen. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, dear. How are you?
I am beautiful. You look so amazing.
Oh,
Just
thank
like I see you on pictures. You look the same.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
please tell us where you're streaming from and introduce yourself to us.
Yeah, sure. So Sarah Munyi is my name, and I'm in Nairobi, Kenya. Nairobi is the city in the sun, so we have lots of sun down here in Nairobi, and yeah, we are doing everything to fight this pandemic called Corona, and we are safe. We are well and safe. So
That's
Sarah, yes,
Go
yeah,
ahead, go ahead.
yeah, sure. So Sarah Munyi, first of all, is a sister and a friend. I like to introduce myself as that before going to everything else, because in anything we want to do in life, we want to, and or people we want to engaging in life, we want to engage with people who care. Somebody like a sister or a friend. We want even to do business with people we feel we know, like a friend. So before I'm anything else, I'm a sister and a friend. I'm also a life coach. That's what I do every day. I'm a life coach. I usually train people and coach people in areas of leadership, change management, and personal development. I run a company called Blue Diamond Consultants, and another one called Change to Excellence, which is a personal development academy. And also, I'm very, very, very passionate about youth empowerment. So I've done a lot of youth empowerment programs in here in Kenya, across East Africa, and even across the continent. So I'm very passionate about
In the
just
sun, so
people.
we have a
Yeah.
lots of Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm very passionate just empowering people to know their purpose and really step into it, because all of us are born to impact the world. I thank you so much, Amina, for hosting me. It's a pleasure really meeting you. You know, I've been seeing a lot of you everywhere from Unsung Heroes. Here you are.
I know we've always just been talking, and you happen to be one of our unsung heroes that was supposed to be, considered for an award with the Tanzanian event before we postponed it. I'll be making that announcement on the 15th on
I-
exactly what is going to happen and how it's going to happen. So
I'm
thank
so honored. You have no idea.
Thank you for the great work, because I follow you and I know that you're doing great work. You're one of those that don't make noise but do things, So empowering knowledge into anybody, whether youth or adult, is a big, huge thing,
Yes,
because knowledge is power when you put it into use.
yes.
So getting it free from you, it's a big deal. Thank you for the work you do. So,
Thank you.
guys, we are
Yes.
not going to waste any time. But before we go, I just stumbled into this video and I want to play it. I really want us to look at it. Just
Okay.
I hope it plays.
Is it playing?
Yeah, you can hear it.
No, I can't hear it. I can't even see it.
Amen.
Anyways,
It's on your
I,
end.
I would send it to you. See, the little girl was
Hmm.
praying in Swahili language. She
Oh,
was
come on.
praying against corona
Oh,
disease. Yeah, so this is
really?
why it's so amazing for you as a youth coach to be with us today. So
Yeah.
it's really affecting not just adults but children. How
Yeah.
how is Nairobi?
Nairobi, we are doing very well. Of course, this corona pandemic, I mean, it has no boundaries. It doesn't know the poor or the rich. You know, it knows, but as when it gets into you, it doesn't care who you are, whether you are 2 year old or you are 100 years old. So here in Kenya, yes, we have about 208 cases now, 208 cases.
Wow.
Yeah, and at least we thank God we've had some recoveries. About 40 people have recovered, about 9 deaths, So, but now it's when it's really hitting Kenyans. It's really hitting Kenyans that this is a serious thing. It's a serious thing. And for me, I really want to commend our government because they have done everything. We've been really very eloquent in the way they have handled the pandemic. And I think the measures that they have continued to put right now in Nairobi, we have a curfew, a
Okay.
dusk to dawn curfew in Nairobi. Okay, not just in Nairobi, it's countrywide. It's a countrywide curfew, but Nairobi is on lockdown. That a lockdown in such that you cannot come in or out of Nairobi. So
That's
it's
good.
not like you can't come out of your house, but you can't come into Nairobi coming from another city, and you can't leave Nairobi because Nairobi is like the epicenter. And you see,
Okay.
Nairobi is also being is like the largest city in East Africa.
Mhm.
Is an economic hub really. It's connecting very many other countries that are
Mhm.
locked. They don't have access to the sea. It's really it's a hub, it's a business hub. So they've locked it down. It's really locked down. You can't come in or out. So we are taking it as a stride in a stride, and I think we are doing well. I'll say that with the way our government has handled the whole case. And so the thing is now how as citizens we take it, because there are directives that have been given and people don't really seem to really think it's important. Wear a mask, something very simple. Every If you open any TV station, you see even signboards everywhere, please wear a mask. But people walking in the streets without masks, until the government had to like now impose a fine of about $200 if you are found without a mask walking in public. $200, or you go in for 6 months, something like that.
But where
So
do you find the mask? It's scarce. There's a lot of scarcity on finding the mask. Where do the ordinary person find the mask when they are thinking of how to eat food right now?
yeah, sure. Now that's the thing. That's the other thing, because people will say, or what has been there mostly, there have been a lot of people now in that industry, in the textile industry, making a lot of masks here and there, which are not really, they don't have the quality standard. They don't have the standard. So, but people are still. That's a question that is coming up. That right now we're not going to work. We are struggling with putting food on the table. But the thing is, you see, the other thing you'll also think about is that, first of all, for you to look for the to struggle to get food on the table, you need to first of all be healthy. So this is really an urgent thing. So they are really trying a lot. The government is really trying a lot to get masks, and I think they've started rolling out. But even out there, you find there are masks everywhere. If you go to any chemist, you get a mask. But of course, is not to the level. There's still a big number of people who still don't have this access to this mask, but at least not in Nairobi. Nairobi, you find you will find a mask. You will find a mask, but that's an issue that the government is handling, because still, if you look at a population of 47 million people, still there is no capacity, because Kenya population is 47 million. Still we don't have we don't have the capacity to produce masks for about 47 million people at this time. So a lot is happening. And the thing is that we thank the Ministry of Health, because every day they are telling us, oh, we have identified several industries that are really coming up. They'll be making the masks. They've even started making the PPEs. So I think even as a government and even as an economy, we've now started seeing industries, government, partnering with industries and really innovating. We've seen a lot of innovation of simple things that we always import, from China and Europe and everywhere else. And then we have started seeing, oh, You mean we had capacity all along to do some of these things? But because nobody has out there, so we start really innovating and creating. And I'm telling you, after this season, you'll start seeing, even the way we do international trade, we'll start making a lot of things locally. And this is what we really need. We'll be able to create more jobs and really be able to sustain the economy in a way, and even get youth jobs. So yes, that's a key concern. But I would say Nairobi, which is the epicenter, there are masks.
So is that a good
Sorry?
is that a good is that a good thing that now the government see that there are ways to produce these things at home by our people? That should be a very good thing for the future of the youth, would you say,
Sure.
in
Sure.
terms of business innovation and all of
Yes.
that?
Yes, and you know what? Our president, Uhuru Kenyatta, when he won, he came to power. Not came to power. He won the election again, second time, 2017. He's working on four, or let me say, the government is working on four main things. He's working on healthcare, to boost healthcare, working on affordable housing, working on manufacturing, because now right now we are addressing manufacturing, and also, yeah, and agriculture. This is the time, for all that time, this is the time we are really seeing efforts in healthcare and in boosting manufacturing. Because now, and the question that many of us are asking is, what have we have been having money set apart for healthcare and set apart for manufacturing, but we haven't been seeing results. But I'm telling you, I mean, in the past 1 month, that's when we have been seeing now innovations coming up, and we are wondering, you mean we just needed a pandemic? We just needed a crisis for us to think innovation? Is that what we are talking about? Yeah, we need a crisis for us to know, to prioritize, for us to know to put our priorities right. Because before that, you will find it's just politics. We are just bickering, politicking everywhere, and we forget the real issues that Kenyans are struggling with, like healthcare, like manufacturing. In manufacturing, we were able to attract even foreign investors, and then we can be able to create jobs. We can create jobs for the youth. So can you imagine, in a span of 1 month, I'm telling you, if we were growing and building industries and empowering industries the way we have empowered them in the past 1 month or 2 months of this corona, dealing with this corona pandemic, I'm telling you, our economy will grow. Our economy, I mean, we usually point to Hong Kong and all of these, some of these, Singapore. I'm telling you, in a period of 1 year, if that's the trajectory, or if that's the speed will go with, we'll find ourselves in those levels. So I think this is, I don't want to say it's unnecessary evil, that people will
I
say.
understand. I understand. Yeah.
There are such arguments that since the thing is here, can we try and exploit every single part of it?
Possibility.
Yes.
Mhm.
Can we try and exploit everything? Can we exploit our creativity? We exploit even even, can we innovate? Can we engage young people to come up with technology advancements and technology related apps and all this, for us to be able to curb this pandemic? So it's can we imagine, we have capacity, we have a lot of capacity, we have raw materials, we have raw materials to produce these masks and these whatever, the textiles. We have raw materials, we have labor. So what lacks is really political goodwill, I think I will say that. But when you're pushed somewhere in a corner, you will when you're cornered, I think you come out with every arsenal you have. And I think that is what we haven't done, not just as a country, Kenya, but even Africa, even across the continent. We are seeing a shift now, because we are seeing a shift. People are starting to become self-sufficient. Oh, we haven't been using these resources, we haven't been using this other resource. So Africa is also at a critical point in history in terms of how we look at imports and exports, and also as being able to self-sustain ourselves, because Africa imports a lot from China, imports a lot from Europe, everything. I'm telling you, from the phone to everything you're holding, you see made in China or made somewhere else. So we are going to see a lot of made in Kenya, made in Burundi, made in DRC, Congo. That is what we need to see. And then we start exporting Africa. That's the point where we need to get. So that's what I see. Because we are going to get through this period, Amina. We're going to get through this period. We are going to sail through this corona period, and we'll, tough times they say don't last, but tough people do. We are tough, and we'll get through this period. And from there, I see us, I see growing economies, and I see then, because most of the countries in Africa we find they are in debt. I see us starting to become self-sufficient and not really having to rely on help out there. So
I love this show. You know why? Because people come on this show and we talk faith, we talk power, we talk strength, we talk possibilities, we talk brightness in the future, we talk
yeah.
resilience, we talk. Nobody has come on the show to say, "Oh, I am dead. Oh my God, this thing has killed
No
me."
way.
I've not seen that. I see strength. I see power. So I
Yeah.
love what you're bringing out. This is why I started this show, just to bring the positive energy to anyone out there, the youth, the old, the young, the beautiful, the ugly. If there's anybody ugly, I don't think so. In my world, everybody is beautiful,
Yes.
because beauty is from the inside, right? So well, this is beautiful, because I don't want to listen to the edited news to get
Yeah.
this raw truth from Kenya.
Mm.
But you
Yes.
are right there, you are in the media, you have done your research, you are experiencing the real situation. So what better way to bring the news to people? Thank you so much, Sarah Munyi. I am super
Yeah.
excited. So for all of you guys joining us just now, please help us share the video. These informations are raw information. We've not rehearsed it behind the camera. We did
Mm.
not practice nothing. These are raw, great information. Please be kind enough to share the video. Let other people benefit from what you are hearing. It's going to help us. Thank you so much, Odeyemi Ayodele, my main guy. You're coming on next. You have to be on this video to share. You just came back from Nigeria, so we want you to come and share your experience with us. Thanks everyone that is just joining. Chocolate all the way from England. Abutu Prince, thank you for joining. If you guys have questions for Sarah about Kenya, what is happening, or personal questions for her, please look at the screen at the bottom. My number is rolling there. Send me a WhatsApp message. I would say the number again. So internationally will be +1 403 3900377, or send me a message on Messenger. If you put it on the chat room, it goes so quickly and I miss it. So please do send your questions. And for now, we're going to be here every day until the Lord lays in my heart something different. So
Oh.
thank you for joining. It's not easy being here every day, trust me. But I would push it because it's blessing somebody. I'm happy about that.
Yes. Yes.
After the show, I get so much calls and text messages. So it gives
Mhm.
me power to just keep bringing, raw, real news from real people like you. Thank you again. So,
And
Sarah,
we need to spread hope, because at this period there have been a lot of hopelessness.
that's right.
People,
That's right.
yeah, because people
That's
have
right.
lost. When people lose jobs, people start
Yeah.
losing jobs.
Before you go on,
Yes.
before you go on to that, talking about the mask, I did a video that people are actually requesting I should do the back of the video so that they
Okay.
can see what I did. So I want to project that again, and
Okay.
I think I would promote it. This will help people not go to buy masks, but make the masks at home with men's underwear, men's brief.
What?
It sounds crazy, but it works. So I'm gonna project the video
Oh,
in a minute.
that's interesting.
Hey everyone, I'm gonna show you how you can use a simple brief, the men's brief underwear. Yeah, you heard me right. To mask up. So you're gonna fold it like you were gonna put it together. And you put
Oh, I wish I could
that.
hear it.
I would send it to you. Put it
Okay,
all
okay.
the way. Can you guys hear the video?
Okay.
Do I think everybody is hearing it?
And your ears. Then you take the waist side, and just put it over your head.
That's it.
Pull it to a
Takes
comfortable position.
2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
And tuck the excess in at the back. There you go. Now you're all maxed up. Doesn't have to be a designer's brief. Just any male's brief will do. And boom,
All
you're
right.
all set to go. If
You're
you
all
must wear
set to
masks,
go.
go out. This is an easy, inexpensive way to do it. Hope you like it.
All right. So I might do it on one of these live broadcasts one day soon if I get to take my wig off.
It's actually possible to do that. It's
Pardon
possible
me?
to do that.
Say that
Oh,
again.
I get it. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
would be very
yeah,
interesting.
I would show it. It's just very simple. You don't have to go and buy a mask. So I'll send you the video, post it on your wall. Maybe your people can benefit from it. Okay.
What do you mean you don't have to go and buy a mask?
No, you don't need to. If you use my strategy, you just look for a
Yeah.
men's brief, and I'll send the video to you. It's amazing.
Oh,
Very simple, and people can use it. So please, yeah, I'll let you go ahead. You were just about to talk about how much hopelessness there is in the
okay.
world right now.
Yes, that I can you imagine? It's very worrying. I was just looking, not even about Africa. I was just looking at some statistics about US, just US there,
Mm-hmm.
and I was seeing. I mean, the number of people who've been filing for unemployment, and then also the suicide cases have started to rise, and
This
that
is
is
the
very
biggest problem, that why I needed to put up this show, to help
yes.
encourage people and give hope, because I
Mm,
know that after this pandemic, the biggest problem that we would start facing is
mm,
not the killing of and the dying of people through the disease, but the
yes,
mental death.
exactly.
The mental death that is going to be happening is going to be huge if we don't prepare ourselves today, to be able
Yes,
to manage the after effect of this whole thing.
yes, that's true. That's very true. What's killing people most is not even, I'd say, even perhaps patients with the virus, is really death from the mind. It's
Hmm.
really mental. Because once you give up from the mind and you start entertaining negative thoughts, yeah, because I also strain on stress and depression, and stress and depression starts from one negative thought, and you entertain it, you keep entertaining it, the next thing will be something, it gets into something fatal. Because
Hmm.
once you're going through depression, I mean, it can manifest in something fatal, like suicide or something really very destructive. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's very important we keep our minds, we guard our hearts and our minds, because
How do you advise we do that? How do you suggest we do
yeah,
that?
number one, what by really being careful of the things that you feed yourself with every day. What are you reading every day, first of all? Because all of us have been affected in the whole world. All of us, whether you are the president or you are the richest man, you have been affected by this crisis. So all of us
Mm-hmm.
are trying to manage something.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, we are
Mm-hmm.
trying to manage a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you have not lost a job, or you have not lost a loved one, or perhaps you don't even know somebody who has the disease, or the virus, somehow you have been affected. You're not free perhaps to move the way you are doing it. All of us are managing it. Eh? So it's something, there's something negative, something unusual that we are
Mm-hmm.
trying to manage. So how do you make sure that you navigate through a crisis such as this, or even hard times? Number one, make sure you don't entertain negative thoughts at all. You do that by feeding your mind with positive things. Feed your mind with positive things. Whatever it is you're reading or allowing in your mind, there are people and fake news everywhere saying, oh, now there are so many this and this cases. It's like, and there are all these predictions that if we continue like this, maybe the economy will not even recover in the next 1 or 2 years. And so that means you'll not be working for all this period. You need to eat, you have bills, you have rent to pay, and all of these things. So there's a lot of fake news, and even predictions that are not really very positive. If you allow that to get into your mind, you'll even start giving up in life. Why should I even dream? Why should I even keep on chasing my dream if, this is how it all ends? This is how the world ends. you know this is how it all ends. And I've been seeing those kind of comments. Is it how it all ends? There are people asking themselves that. So what happens is that you stop dreaming. You stop looking forward to the future. You stop looking forward to even waking up. When you start entertaining, negative thoughts, maybe you'll never recover. I have lost my job, perhaps things like that. So just know this is, as a world, as a nation, whichever nation you are in, I am very sure as a nation you have overcome even darker times than this. Here in Kenya, in 2007, we had post-election violence, and it's been rampant across the continent. In Rwanda, there was the genocide, something was killed over 1 million people. This is how we are talking. This corona, even if we've had it for 2 to 3 months, maybe 2 months or at most, has only taken about, well, across East Africa, if I give the East African map, maybe if we put everybody together who is lost, it's not even up to 100. It's not. I don't even think it's up to 50.
Well,
So,
any life lost is quite
yes,
important. We're
it's
not
quite,
downplaying that. But
yes, it's,
if I hear you correctly, what you're
yeah,
saying is don't dwell on the negative because it's
yes,
going to shut your world down. Right now,
yes.
the physical world is shut
Mhm.
down, yes. But if you're
Yeah,
not careful, from what you're saying, is your
yeah,
mental world will be shut down too. And that's
yeah.
where the biggest problem comes from.
That's true. So the thing is that, and it's good that we remember, we even look at history, where we have come from as nations. We have fought, like I was saying, we have been through even darker times, yet we have gone through them successfully. So I just want us to have a mind of, there's more to life than this. And to start thinking tomorrow, to start thinking the future, and not, drop your dreams. Don't drop them or postpone them. Wait until this period ends. Don't postpone them, because we are really getting indefinite briefs. Oh, there's a curfew for this. Maybe you're even given 14 days, or even a lockdown. You're given 10 days, and then after that, it's extended again and again and again and again. So when you keep postponing your dreams and your life like that, I'm telling you, you'll be fine. By the time we go back, you'll find yourself really stumbling. You don't know where exactly to
Where
begin.
to go?
So,
Yeah. Sarah, for an encouragement, there's a first time watching us, Abutu Prince Angel.
yeah,
The person said, this is my first time of watching, and it's quite educative and motivational,
yeah.
considering what the world is facing today. So thank you, Sarah, for this wonderful episode. Guys, your comments are very encouraging. Please send your comments, send questions, and share. Thank you. Go ahead, Sarah.
Yes. So I'm saying it's very important. Don't postpone your dreams. Make sure. So the first thing we have said, don't entertain negative thoughts at
That's
all.
right.
We'll get through this. We have gotten through darker days. We will get through this. Number two, make sure you are working on something. Don't wake up to sit and start thinking, or just the only thing that perhaps you're checking are the news and the briefs and how many people, how many cases have come today. Make sure you're working on something. Because if you don't have a goal, it's something that you have said that you're going to achieve in a day, well, it's very likely you would even be wondering, because you're even having people wondering which day is it today. You don't even know. you, you
That's
don't
true. That is so true.
you don't know, because you're not working on something. You've not set your mind like, when I wake up, I'll do something. Make sure you're working on something. Keep yourself busy doing something productive, even if it will be one thing, but you can say, at least I have written. If you're writing a book, at least I've written a page, or at least I've read, or at least I've taught my children one, two, three things. Yeah, but at least make sure you've done something progressive, something when you go to bed, you say, at least I did this today.
Mhm.
It's very possible. You see, Queen Amina, the one precious thing, the most precious thing we have right now is time. We have time. All of those
That's
things,
right.
no, I don't have time. You know the way we are always busy, busy, yeah? I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. Now we have the time. The most precious thing you actually have around this period is your time. How are you using this time? You know? And we usually say time is money. Time is not money. Because if you lose money, you can always make more money. But if you lose time, you can never recover time. Make sure you
I
put.
love that. I love that. Thank you. I just have to recognize someone that is just watching us, Reverend Liz Pedro. She's going to be coming on live to share the word of
Okay.
God with us concerning this pandemic season on Sunday. So, not
Yeah.
this Sunday, but I'll talk to her to see what Sunday she's available. You guys make sure you join in. Like, we're bringing everything. It's a whole package. We're
Mm,
bringing mental coaches, we're bringing doctors online. We're bringing spiritual leaders like Reverend Liz Pedro. She's going to be sharing with us one of these days. So spiritual leaders will be coming on Sundays. We're bringing artists, musicians, comedians. So to give us some humor on Thursday, or tomorrow, actually, we're going to be having a Nollywood actor that is coming on live to, just share some jokes and do some things with us. On Friday, we actually have a whole concert online. So
wow.
it's a complete show. So don't miss out. Every day by 2 p.m. Toronto time, we will be here and we'll be bringing you something different from what the world is sharing today. Just like Sarah Munyi, all the way from Nairobi, Kenya, sharing
Mm,
tips on how to stay positive mentally, how to stay positive mentally. She shared with us that do not entertain negative thoughts in your heart. And the way to do that is keep yourself busy. He said, don't stop your dreams. That's a very, very valuable point. It's very
yeah.
profound. She advised, do not stop your dream. Whatever you have planned to do, go ahead and be doing it. This is the time to do it. There may never be this time again,
Yes.
so, and we don't want it to come again because this has shut down a lot of lives. So take this time that you have been given to work on your dreams. She also advised, do not postpone the dream. Don't say, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow,
Yes.
you never knew that this day was going to come. So tomorrow may never come. Use today. Make the best use of today. Work on your dreams. And another fantastic thing she started showing before I honored the woman of God that just came online was, we have time. Time has always been a problem. But
Mm,
now time is not a problem. It still is a
mm.
problem for me, though.
Very good. That means you're
I
very.
found myself more busy now than when I was going traveling all over the world. I was just
Good.
telling somebody that I'm like, I am more busy all of a sudden. Oh my God. you
That's a
know.
good.
So please go ahead. You were sharing about how valuable this time is and that time
Exactly.
is not money.
Yes.
I would like to hear more on that.
Time is not money. Let me tell you, I'm sure all of us, if you're listening to it to this, perhaps you have lost some money somewhere in your life. But you
That's
see, you
true.
got another money. You got another money and you forgot about whatever it is you lost. You can always make money again after losing. You invested, you lost, you got money again. But time, if you lose time, you never get it. I'm telling you, you never get it again. You lose a day, or you're going to bed asking yourself, what did I really do today? You can't even remember. So you end up, even most times you find people sleeping even late, trying to, you think if you sleep late, you'll tend to do something that will, make you feel like you've done something. So, but make sure you're using your time, you're doing some valuable things, because it's time become valuable because of the things that you are doing. Are there things that are growing you? Are they things that are advancing your dreams? Are there things that are helping people, the people that you're staying with or people around you? So time is, make sure at this time you're doing something that's creating your dream. And for me myself, I've been doing several things. I mean, I've also been very busy, let me tell you.
That's a
Started
good thing. That's a
I've also
good thing.
Yes, because I find myself, doing a lot of webinars. Things have been postponing for, for years. I've been saying, no, I'll start webinars maybe or by June, something like that. But now that I had the time, I had to do it like very quickly. I'm saying now, it's all I got. I gotta work on it. This webinar is all I've got. So I've been working on that a lot. And for somebody like me, being in the training industry, being in the knowledge industry, I mean, I have to really utilize that. So it's really made me start looking at some of the things I've been ignoring, putting aside, postponing, and saying, my God, this is all I got now. So I've got to work on it. And that's the kind of spirit we need to have. Please don't keep postponing. I'll start again when we go back to work, or I'll start thinking of other ways of income when this period ends. There's no better time to start. You don't have tomorrow or next week. Do you know, Amina, there's no day like next week?
That's
Or
right. Please
it's
talk
gonna
on that. Talk on that.
Yeah, it's gonna be today. Let me tell you, they call it a Thursday, a Wednesday, but there's nothing like tomorrow. There's no day on earth called tomorrow. There's no day on earth called next week or next month.
Wow.
So if you're going to do something, do it today or give it a date. Monday, 13th, 2020 at 2 p.m. is when we'll do this. Give it,
Wow.
specific. Otherwise, tomorrow never comes. We know that. That's an adage. So it's very important that, we attach whatever it is, a goal, something you want to do, give it a day, give it a time. This is when I'll do it and actually follow it. And then as we do that, because you've spoken about the goal, make sure you're working on something important, something to move with. Make sure also you have accountability because it's very important.
That's a big one today that, people have taken accountability into, people have misunderstood accountability as per who do you think you are that I will be accountable to you. It's actually the opposite it should be. It's supposed to
Yes,
be like, oh my God, this person is watching me to be successful. So
yes,
I need to own up to this person so that I can be reminded that
yes.
I need to be successful.
And do you know what? Let me say this. Do you know the reason why, as children we went through primary school, we went through secondary school, and we performed, we passed those exams? I'm telling you, it is not because we love mathematics and calculus and all of those big
No.
things. No
No.
way. It's not because we love those things. It's because we had accountability.
That's right.
Especially when we were in primary school. I mean, you would do everything. First of all, they are the teachers. They are the
Mhm.
teachers. You'll be beaten. As for us, we used to be beaten.
I
Hey,
went through that.
yeah. So if you don't get like half or whatever it is that the teacher had told you get, yeah, you're beaten. So that was one accountability. You must, do the mathematics. You must do the trigonometry. All of those things. Then there's a parent. They can't
Oh, yeah.
There's a parent. That's the other accountability. There are the other children who, if you fail and you repeat, they're going to laugh at you. That kind of pressure you don't want to handle. So you want to work hard. So
That's right.
all through life, we've had a system of accountability. Even when we go to high school, it's very bad to fail in high school and you have to repeat an year in high school. It's so bad. Then in high school we have the teachers as well. We have the cards. If you fail, I mean, it's really so bad. So because of that, there was a system of accountability. We passed those exams not because we loved them, because there was a system of accountability. Even when we went to college or we went to campus, we knew, okay, no lecturer keeps on following you really, but if you
Your
fail,
peer groups.
yes, you take a retake, and a retake could be 1 year. It's like here in Kenya, it's usually 1 month. I mean, not 1 month, like 1 year. If really you
Wow.
fail like a certain whether it's
Subject.
yes, I'm telling you, do a retake for a whole 1 year. An academic year is really like a whole year.
Wow.
So it's really so bad. You have to again work very hard, pass those tests, pass those exams. So, and then we graduated. So even when we go to work, do you know, Amina, there are people who will never submit their reports until it's there's a meeting where you're supposed to. That's when you prepare the report, because there's a supervisor who will be breathing down your neck. Then you
Mm.
know you'll be able to present that report. There's a system of accountability. Now, this we have been followed all through life to perform. Now, who follows you when it comes to your own dreams, when it comes to your own personal life ambitions and things that you want to really do for yourself? Because you are working in that organization you're working for to possibly grow your dreams and even possibly fund your dreams. Who
Mm-hmm.
follows you? If you don't have accountability, or if like the way you're saying, if you're too good to be told, why should they be asking me? Let me tell you, you can't grow. And even at your place of work, perhaps you find you're not maybe your relationship with your supervisors and people you're working with is not very good or is not very healthy. For you to grow, you need to be sit at a position where you are told what to do and you do it without asking. You know, the ability to take an instruction without even asking a question. Let me tell you, and that is wisdom. And you find people growing like that. Even leaders, great leaders.
Say that.
Let me
Say that again. Say that again. The ability to take instruction without question is great wisdom. I love
yes,
that.
that's
Go
very
ahead.
true. Because that's obedience. And even the word of God says that obedience is better than sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Just to obey. And even when we speak of the word of God, let me tell you, just say trust and obey. Just obey, you know. And that's and it goes, show me any leader, any great leader in history, whether it's in the political setup or in the business setup or in ministry setup, somebody who never followed, took instruction, obeyed, and really served humbly. Let me tell you, you will not find such a leader. All of them, they follow somebody for a long time, obey, be taught, and they really grow. And then they can, all of a sudden they thrive. So it's very important to have an accountability partner or a mentor. Have a mentor or a coach, somebody who, when they call you, you even read the call because you're not sure if you did what you agreed last time. Make sure you have somebody like that. And during this period, maybe if you don't have a mentor, I know perhaps you're listening, you have a mentor, you can share with them, or you have a coach. Myself, I'm a life coach, so I've worked with several people. Then get a friend who is also serious about growing themselves, growing their careers, growing their dreams, and really share with them. Yeah, somebody who really has your best interest at heart. Yeah, and share with them. But make sure you have somebody following you because mostly, I mean, we always want to take when we are not checked. We always want to take the path of minimal resistance. We just want to sit back and relax and be
That's
comfortable.
right.
We don't push ourselves so hard. Make sure you get somebody who can really push you. If you don't have it, they're within you. And then when you start really doing something, you get the drive. And it's just you get the drive, you can push yourself and you also become a sensation to people around you. Accountability is key.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
yeah.
thank you so much, Sarah. Just a recap for everyone just watching. Oh, Mommy Shola, she's watching all the way from Calgary, Alberta. Kim Jones, Simon Makey, Reverend Liz, I called her already. Unique V, AJ Clement. If I don't, Michelle, my favorite lady. She has a fantastic online business that she does from home, and
Wow.
such a beautiful woman. And she shows all the nice jewelries that are affordable, and she keeps herself busy. God bless you guys all for watching. We're talking with Sarah Munyi, coach, all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. See, Queen Amina get to bring you to countries that you physically never been.
Yeah. You're most welcome to Kenya.
Welcome to Kenya. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about, visiting Kenya after
Yes.
all of this. What will business look like? Bess Davis, nice to see you. Bess Davis is all the way from Maryland, United States.
Mm.
He's going to be coming on also. You watch out because I'm bringing you to come tell us how Maryland is doing. So, guys, this is a show for you by your people, for us by us, sort of. We talk about what we are going through, how we are managing to go through this period, and how we're preparing for after the crisis. So, I said earlier, we're going to we're going to be bringing you professionals from all walks of lives. You know, she's a coach. We're going to bring a mental health practitioner. We're having comedians on the show, musicians to entertain us, doctors, pastors to spiritually prepare us for this time. You know, it's such an important topic that we talk about every day here on the show. 2 p.m. Toronto time. Make sure you're connecting on Facebook and you're sharing. Very important. You're sharing. You know, click follow to encourage us. Click follow to encourage Sarah so that she knows that somebody is appreciating what she's doing. I don't have any money to pay her for her time here. She's giving of her time. You know, so again, Sarah, how is the giving spirit in Nairobi?
The giving spirit. Okay, in terms of
people helping each other.
Okay, yeah, sure. So Kenyans are givers. Oh, Kenyans are givers, you know, for any good cause. Let me tell you, and people look for any good cause, you'll find people giving. We have done so many projects dubbed Kenyans for Kenyans. So many projects. Whether it's in agriculture, maybe there's a drought somewhere in the northern part of Kenya because it's a semi-arid and arid areas. So, I mean, we've done so many of such projects, Kenyans for Kenyans, and we support each other.
So during this period, it's not a difficult thing for people to be helping each other.
Yes, so during this time, we've also seen a lot of organizations coming up, even corporate organizations doing CSR activities to just like help, you know, some communities with the masks, with all of these things. Even just ordinary Kenyans, just saying, you just go to the streets because we have like you find the street families, you know, somebody just buys for them. I mean, we still have a need because I mean, we still have need. We still have people who are really needy. But I think in general, Kenyans are givers. When they see a good cause, they will give. So at this point, we have really that a lot. But I would say, at a personal level, because we have seen, you know, mostly what is seen is maybe what is really, really organized. But at a personal level, and this is what I have been telling people, and I'm in very many youth platforms as a youth leader in my country. I've been telling, and I've been really challenging, and with something that we are even doing with a group of youth in the country. We're saying in a personal capacity, make sure, even if you don't have much money, I'm very sure you can donate, even if it is about $1 or something for in this season, and really buy a mask for somebody. Just do something for someone who can never repay you. Do something.
Wow, I love that. I love that. That is what boils my soul. When I'm able to put a smile on somebody's face, I just get so excited. It's like I won $1 million. And all along the show, I keep telling people that you don't have to have money to give.
Yeah.
It's not about money. Ariana, I love you. Thank you for watching. Oh, Bess David said thank you so much for this show. It's a valuable information and it's helping people. Thank you guys so very much. We love you also. To help us continue, we're not asking to donate any money for us. Please share the video. All you need to do is click share.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, Sarah, one thing that you said that I want us to really throw light on it. Okay. Africa as a continent have lost hope, both in themselves and in the race called humanity. It's like we are on autopilot, just rocking back and forth and back and forth. But you said something that it's been in my head, and I've said it twice. I told my husband, I said, watch the continent of Africa. This is God giving us back our power where it belonged from the beginning. If Africans as a continent can come together and open their eyes to see what God is doing for us. He is giving us the opportunity to regain power that we were supposed to have from the beginning.
Very
So, and
true.
you just said it again that right now through this pandemic, you've seen a lot of innovation. You've
Yes.
seen a lot of youth coming out with, technology. You've
Mm.
seen things being produced. And
Mm.
you just blessed my day by saying that after this pandemic, we will
Mm.
be exporting Africa.
Oh
Please
yes.
tell me more about this. I am
Oh,
excited.
do you know the richest continent in the world is really Africa?
That's right.
About the richest, no, the wealthiest country in Africa, and I know this is perhaps is out there, should be or is the DRC. I mean, if you just look at the Congo River,
Mhm.
you look at the economics of the Congo River, that river, its capacity, it can be able to provide electricity to the whole continent, and not even the whole continent.
Wow.
One river like this, and it's right in the middle of the continent. You know, DRC is really like in Central Africa, is really like the middle, yeah?
Mhm.
So it can be able, it's at a very strategic position to reach to the north and to reach to the south. It's in the divide. So
Wow.
this one river alone, I'm telling you, can be able to provide electricity to the whole continent. But I'm telling you, even what there is right now, even to the rest of the country. I mean, there are so many places that have no power. So the thing is that we are not poor when it comes to the resources, the economic
Resources
resources,
and the raw material.
the raw materials, even labor we have. Africans are very educated. Even labor
And
we have
ready to work. Ready to
and
work.
ready to work.
Mhm.
Ready to work. I mean, because we're looking for jobs. We have the degrees. Young people are so learned. What do you mean? They have master's degrees and then they're just sitting at home. So we are very ready to work. So the issue has really been poor governance and really poor leadership. But then now, that's why I was really saying, I was looking at this, Amina. Did it really have to take a crisis for us to start thinking right? For us to start putting priority to things that really matter, like healthcare and like manufacturing? Did we really need a crisis for us to do that, so it's an important question that we need to ask ourselves as governments in Africa and even other parts of the world, that we are self-sufficient. And I like the way you're saying it. God was just opening our eyes. He was
Amen.
just opening our eyes. Look, you have the solution. You know what's supposed to be done. Do it. Most of the times, we know what's supposed to be done, but we just don't do it. There's no implementation whatsoever. Let me tell you, Amina, we have hundreds, perhaps thousands of world-class universities in Africa.
That's right.
You go to the library of every of those universities, you find thesis documents, and research papers and documents of eradicating poverty in Africa. Brilliant, eloquent,
But no
and people,
implementation.
come on, the devil is in the implementation. So we just don't do that. So now is when we are implementing, we are drawing one at a time, implementing, and it's working.
It's
We need
work.
to trust, we need to trust the knowledge that we have. We need to
Mm.
put it into practice. First of all, we don't trust it. Let me tell you, we don't trust it, we shelve it. We need to trust it. We need to put it on the ground. Knowledge is power, let me tell you, but the application of it is superpower. If knowledge is power, that's what we started by saying. The application of it is superpower. Can we start implementing the knowledge that we have learned in these institutions? And then we'll start to see a different Africa. I'm telling you, Africa will become a destination. This is my prayer, and this is why I do what I do, Amina. I usually say my African agenda. I call
I
it my
know.
African agenda.
I
Yes,
know.
I want to see an Africa that is home and a destination for tourism, for industrialization, for trade and investment and conferencing and great conversations to grow economies. That's what I want to see in Africa. And
Wow.
that's why I do what I do. When I'm training people, really building their capacity, because our countries, our economies, our nations will take the shape of our minds. So I grow the minds with information. So that's really what we need. I'm telling you, we are so rich. If only we could trust ourselves some more, and stop looking down on ourselves. Do you know, I saw the other day, and it was Abbas, actually. I don't know if you saw that, Amina, that it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it was everywhere in the news that Somalia has sent 20 doctors to Italy to help, to help deal with the pandemic
That is
there.
amazing. So finally, our doctors are important.
Come on.
Oh
So,
my goodness. Please send
so
me that. I would love to read that.
I will send you. And
Oh, I told my husband, I said, it's gonna come that day, which is
yes,
so knocking on the door right now, that
yeah,
every person on universe Earth will be
yeah,
looking to Africa.
yes.
Read the book of Psalm,
Mm.
where God said the rejected stone became the cornerstone.
The capstone. Oh yes. Can you imagine? Do you know it broke the internet?
I
Somalia.
want to see that. These are
And
the same doctors that will come over here. My
yeah.
oldest brother is a heart surgeon.
Mm,
He came to United States a very long time ago, over 28 years ago. He was heading us the surgeon department in Plateau State Teaching Hospital in Nigeria before
mm.
he left the country. Came to this country and he was told he cannot operate on humans. He had to start operating on rats, animals.
But come
He
on.
had to fight. I'm pretty sure some of the international medical professionals that are listening right now can attest to this. You
Mm.
have to start from ground zero to build back yourself and write certain exams. Now, how come the Italians are taking Somalians doctors now? They don't need to write any exam. All of a sudden, the humans in Italy are the same humans in Africa now, and they are able to operate on them. God alone be praised. You
Oh
know,
yes.
God alone be praised. And I
And
know there's more. Very soon they're going to be turning to Africa for technology. They're going to be
yes,
turning to Africa for mindset, just
yes,
mindset advice.
yes.
They're going to be turning to Africa for medical issues like this. Come, let's sit together. Let an African woman or a man tell us what to do. That day is coming. And I am
It,
super excited.
I'm telling you, it is here with us. It is
Amen.
at
Amen. Amen.
hand.
One last question. I know our time is past 10, but one
Okay.
last question for you. I'm not even able to get into the few questions that came in online. What I did yesterday was the questions that I couldn't get through. I sent it.
Okay.
I'm going to be sending it to the pastor. He would
Mm,
answer them, and I would forward it to the people that asked those questions. So for you right now is, I know you are in Kenya. You
mm.
don't have any dream, obviously, to move what you're doing from Kenya to any Western world. What is your advice for our youths that go to school and decide, you know what, Kenya is not good enough for me, I'm going to America or Canada or Europe?
First of all, I want to say it's very good you build capacity where you are. The first place that you need, anywhere you go, I'm telling you, there's no place like home. There is
Mm-hmm.
east or west, home is the best. And we always keep complaining about the leaders that we have, what they are doing that we don't like, and what they are doing and what they are not doing. So instead of complaining about our leaders year in, year out, and we are the same people voting for them, how about we take responsibility and build these countries ourselves? We cannot build them when we go out there, or we can go out there and learn and get some knowledge, but bring it back to Africa as well. So I'd advise any person who wants to, and you see, Amina, let me say this, we see our brothers and sisters, they are crossing over to Europe, perishing in the sea, saying there are no
Yeah.
opportunities in Africa. But in the same locality, you find there's another youth who has gone through the same hardships that perhaps maybe the person going, you want to take a ship to Italy or another one to Greece. They've gone through the same hardships. They've come up with something, and they are really growing, and they can sustain themselves. So we have very many opportunities in Africa. Let me put it like this: every problem we have is an opportunity for you to do business. Every
Mm.
challenge is a business opportunity. In Africa, we are blessed with problems. Let me say that. And every
That's a good one. We're blessed with problem. So that's a good thing though, because in every problem, there's an opportunity for business, for a
for
solution.
business,
Yeah. So we
yes,
already have a lot of problems. So, so oh my
yes.
God.
Exactly. So let's look at this. Let's not run away from the challenges that we are facing, and then we make noise from out there. Let's
Mm,
take responsibility. We are the trustees of posterity. We are the trustees of our nations. We cannot take charge of our nations when you're out there. We need to be here. We need to be fighting. We need to be. Let me tell you, there is no way our fathers, our great grandfathers, and our what these our grandfathers, those who fought for independence, there is no way they would have achieved anything if they did not have achieved independence for our countries 50 years ago, if they did not take responsibility and take charge with their hands. Then if they ran away, can you imagine what if they ran away? We cannot not also be running away from our problem. So it's just a wake up call to youth across the continent to really take up responsibility. Wherever you see a problem, whenever you see a problem, that means you also have the solution to that problem.
mm.
You can do where you are with what you have to solve that problem. What is it you can do where you are with what you have to solve that problem? So I really want to encourage youth across the continent. Let us not run away from our continent. Let us build Silicon Valleys in Africa. I'm very sure, Amina, we've had so many of our brothers and sisters who travel to these countries. They travel to US, they travel to Australia. They go and build Silicon Valleys there. They are working in these blue chip nice companies there. They are coming out with amazing innovations, and then they import these technologies to us. We buy off our noses. We we pay for it on. They are very expensive. How about we build these Silicon Valleys in Africa? Build one in Ouagadougou, in Burkina Faso. Build another one in Asmara, in Eritrea. Build another one in Nairobi, Kenya. Another one in Luanda, Angola.
In
Another
Nigeria.
one in Lagos. We
That's
want
right.
our creativity and the energy that we have as young people, and the dreams and the time that we have to be dedicated to building our societies, our nations, our continents. We are the strength of our continent. The greatest resource that Africa has, or your country has, is not the gold and cocoa and oil and the Congo River. It is the youth, because we have the strength, we have the creativity, and we have the time and the strength to build. So let's take responsibility. Let's take charge of our continent. Let's not lose it to other people, and to really we just relax. Let's not do that. Let's take responsibility, and we
Thank you
will see.
so
I'm telling you, Africa is on the runway. I'm
on
telling
a
you.
plane, on a plane. That's right.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
So
yes. Thank you so very much, Sarah. Thank you
yes,
so much. Again, it's Sarah Munyi all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. For those of you just joining us, make sure you go back and host a watch party on your Facebook Live and get your friends to watch the video. Share on your timeline for other people to be able to watch it. The video, I am trying to put it together, and it will be available on our YouTube channel, Queen Amina, on YouTube channel. Okay, so chat live with Queen Amina on YouTube channel. Sarah, before I let you go, please just tell us how we can follow you. If somebody out there wants you to become their mentor or their coach, how can they find you?
fantastic. So thank you so much for watching, and you can find me on Facebook, Sarah Munyi, the life coach. Sarah Munyi. Munyi is Munyi. Sarah Munyi, the life coach. You just see my face. You can like my page. I share a lot of insights. Sarah Munyi, the life coach on Twitter, or at Sarah Keshi. Even if you just type Sarah Munyi, the life coach on Twitter, you'll see my face. Sarah Munyi coach on Instagram, and also I have a YouTube channel, Sarah Munyi, you can follow. Then I'm the president of an organization called Youth in Africa, and we usually equip youth across we have presence, by the way, in 35 countries across the continent, Amina.
Wow.
And yes, and
35 countries. Wow.
35 countries, yes. And
That's
we
great.
have been having, we've been equipping, our mandate, our focus is to really equip youth across the continent with skills, relevant skills in this age, in the 21st century, that will make them more resourceful, more competitive, and more independent. And we do that on a daily basis. And we also go to the on ground to the different countries, as we have country representatives. So that's what. So you can join, or you can join us, or if you want to know more of what we are doing to really impact the youth across the continent, you can just search Youth in Africa on Facebook. We also have our website, www.youthinafrica.org. You get to see more of that. And thank you very much. You're most welcome. Feel
Oh
free.
my goodness. Thank you. Thank
Me.
you so much. Yeah.
Oh, and welcome to Kenya. Karibu Kenya.
Absolutely. Karibu. Asante sana.
Asante, karibu. Karibu Amina. Thank you for hosting me. I'm really,
Thank
really
you.
honored. God bless
Thank
you so
you.
much.
It's a
And
privilege to have you live today. Thank you so much. Please send me those handles and I would put it under the video so people can have it.
fantastic.
All right. Have a good night. I know it's late on your time now. So
Yeah,
sleep well
sure.
and God be with you.
Amen. God bless you so much.
Take care. All right, all right, all right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We have come to the end of another wonderful show today with Sarah Munyi all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. She shared some very valuable points. Before I go into those points, just to recap for the people that are just joining, make sure please that you're sharing this video. Host a watch party with your friends and family to watch, and encourage, empower somebody through this time, and together we'll be able to get through this. One of my favorite points that she shared earlier on the video was the fact that we should build Silicon Valleys around Africa. And another thing she said is, don't run away from the problem, because once there's problem, you always find a solution. And if you become a solution to a problem, you make yourself money somewhat. Okay, so that's a lot of problem already in Africa. So find a solution to one of the problems, and you get yourself a business. Basically is what she's saying. And another thing she said also is, we should trust our knowledge. Trust in your knowledge to be able to achieve the things that you want to do. So don't always think somebody out there is the person that is supposed to do these things for you. You have all it takes inside of you to be able to achieve that you want to achieve. Believe in yourself, basically, is what she was saying. So trust in your ability and your knowledge to be able to get through whatever you're doing. Another thing she shared is, don't postpone your dreams. Please don't. Do not postpone your dreams. I was sharing with a friend the other day that it took me 5 years to say I want to be bringing good news. I started planning to do stuff like this 5 years ago. It took this long lockdown to watch another friend doing a video, and I'm like, oh, this is what I should be doing, bringing people together to share good news. So again, thanks to Isokem IB. She's on Instagram live 7 p.m. every day, working with the entertainment industry, bringing actors, producers together to talk about how the time is affecting them, and what is going to be the future of the movie industry. Are we still going to go to the theater? Are we still going to just stay online, watch movies now? So interesting topic. Make sure you're following her at official Isokem IB. And another great news that I'm bringing to you guys is Vigo Award is postponed. Yes, I'll be talking about that on the 15th, which is 3 days from now. I would be talking about that. It's postponed, but we are planning something very, very important and amazing. So make sure you are following me on Instagram. I'll be sharing a lot of the things that is coming up on my Instagram page, which is at the Queen Amina. DE, not THE. So at DE Queen Amina AMINA. Okay. And just click follow on Facebook. You'll be getting more information too. I love you very much. I wish I could stay longer with you, but at this time, I'm going to call it a day. Tomorrow, we are going to be live 2 p.m. with a Nollywood veteran, Mr. Ibu. So go and type him and Google him and see what he does. You don't want to miss tomorrow's show. You definitely do not want to miss tomorrow's show. Mr. Ibu is going to be live. On Wednesday, we are going to be having Mama G. She's another Nollywood veteran, very, very funny woman. And, she's going to be here to share with us. Mama G will be on live on Wednesday, 2 p.m. Toronto time. On Thursday, we're bringing children on the show. How about the children? How are they thinking? How are they feeling? How is this affecting them? So we're going to be talking with super intelligent kids on our show on Thursday. On Friday is our entertainment and cultural day. So we're going to be bringing performers live here. They'll be performing from playing the saxophone and singing and entertaining us. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to be taking question and answers every day. So send me your questions on my WhatsApp number +1 403 3900377, or simply send me a message on Messenger and I would catch it. Again, it's your Queen Amina. Thank you so, so much. Have a wonderful day.